Okay, this is a test of future streams. I'll see how well this goes. We're going to look at the Marrow of modern divinity. This is a fantastic book that shares the gospel in such a clear and unique... It's not really unique in that it just recaptures what was lost and what continually gets lost. The gospel continually gets lost because we are sinful humans. We're sinful people. And we tend to mutate the pure gospel from a grace-based gospel to a works-based gospel, to a man-centered gospel. We transmute it from a God-centered gospel to a man-centered gospel. And every few centuries this happens. Not even few centuries. I mean, every time it's recaptured, the truth is recaptured, then then somebody else comes along. It's kind of like Galatians, here's the gospel, and then someone else comes along behind Paul and says, oh, now you got to do this too. The Roman Catholic Church did this with Constantine, if you want to look at it that way. Even after Calvin and Luther recentered the gospel, the people that came along behind them kept introducing more and more. So when this book, The Marrow of Modern Divinity by Edward Fisher, came out, a reformed area in Scotland was in turmoil because everyone who read this, if they were a legalist, they thought the book was antinomian. That means lawlessness. And all the antinomians thought the book was legalist. That's how you know it's probably right. Because the people who are sinning, they accuse the truth of being sinning in the opposite direction. So, for example, the Pharisees accused Christ of sinfulness because he ate with prostitutes and tax collectors. You're not supposed to do that. He seemed to be a lawless individual because he wasn't practicing the law in the way that they had developed it over the centuries with their oral tradition. So, here's the Marrow of Modern Divinity. And it is a recentering of the gospel. The marrow. It is getting into the bones of the gospel and what it means. So let's go through it. Evangelista. Either four characters: Evangelista, Nomista, Antinomista, and Neophytus.
I'll go buy my